Alright, today's video is going to be how to join two scripted sequences together. So where we would use this is when we want the NPC to perform more than one animation, but not in the same location. So we want them to do something and then walk over somewhere else and do something different. So yesterday we did multiple animations on the same scripted sequence. So the guy waved his hand, and then he went into an animation of leaning against the wall with his weapon, and then we canceled the sequence so he could come out of it and resume being part of the game. So today we're going to do a similar setup. We're going to have an NPC that does two animations, except they're going to do two animations in different places. So he's going to walk over and bang on the door. After that animation's done, he's going to walk over to the other animation and get put into that animation loop. So first, let's go ahead and take a look at what this is going to look like once we're done. Alright, so today we're doing this second guy here. So he's banging on the door, that animation finishes, and he's going to move over here and he's going to go into an idle loop. So in this idle loop, he's just looking around and he's pretty much stuck in this loop now. So just like before, his AI is shut off and I can't get him to move or anything. Whereas this guy over here, he's actually just using his regular gameplay AI. This guy is stuck in an animation or a scripted sequence. All right, so one more time, let's watch him. All right, so there's animation number one. And when he finishes, he's going to run over here and do animation number two. And there's animation two. All right, so let's look at the setup. So for this thing, yesterday I asked you to make a wall and to go ahead and put a door in it. So the door is just, it's just a placeholder for us to, animate, and have him bang on a door. So it's just for demonstration purposes, but it just kind of makes everything look good. The door doesn't have to open or anything. It could simply be a static prop if you want to. So for this one, you can see we've got two scripted sequences, our normal assortment of logic autos, AI relationships, so he doesn't start, killing our civilians or anything like that. He'll also ignore the player. And then this is the character we're going to mess with. So let's go through and look at all of them, check their naming, and we'll go through and get everybody set up. So we'll start with this guy right here. So this is the NPC Metro Police. So his name is NPC Metro Police. So you're going to go to your entity tool. You're going to come over here where it says objects, type in NPC Metro Police, and go ahead and drop this guy next to the guy from yesterday. So this is the guy from yesterday who does the little hand signal and then he stands there with his weapon. We're going to go ahead and put him next to him because they're together, all right? They're a team. So we're going to name him. I named him Metro Police Actor 1. Name him whatever you want, as long as it's something you can spell more than once. That's a common error. For this guy, I went ahead and gave him a weapon of a pistol, and pistol starts drawn yes. If you don't do this, he has his hand out with his trigger finger forward, so he looks kind of funny because he acts like he has a pistol, but it's not drawn. So I went ahead and had his pistol drawn, yes. All right, so nothing else on here. I didn't change any of the flags. These are all defaults. All right, now we'll come over here. We're going to set up a couple of AI relationships for this guy. So the first one, we're going to go to our entity tool, objects, AI relationship. That's going to give you this. Drop it on the ground. I named this one Metro Police 1 relationship. It looks like I might have two named the same, but they seem to be working. The subject is Metro Police Actor 1. That's my police officer. The target is the player, so exclamation point player. Disposition is neutral. Active yes, reciprocal yes. Okay, so nothing crazy there. We've done this before. Apply. And I'm going to go ahead and put a B after this, just for good measure. Okay, so this is my other AI relationship. Again, Metro Police relationship B. The subject is a Metro Police actor. That's the guy standing over there. The target is NPC citizen. So this is all the NPC citizens in the entire map. You have to spell it exactly right. Disposition neutral. Active yes, reciprocal yes. All right. Now, before we get to the logic auto, let's set up our scripted sequences. So this is the one for the door. Now, what you're going to have to do with these is you're going to have to place it and then run it to see how it looks, see where the guy's standing, see where his hand is at the door, and you'll have to move it around a little bit until you get it exactly where you want it. If you've got a standard door in your map, you can kind of use my placement here as a guide. I'm, whatever, however many squares this is, you can count them if you want. But you can kind of see, this many squares and this many squares off of this yellow line right here for the sequence. And this is where mine is. You saw the guy pounding on the door. It's close enough. So this scripted sequence here, this is the first one. So I named this Animation Metro Police 1. The target NPC, make sure you fill this out. This is really important. This is my police officer guy. This is the Metro Police. It's him right there. Okay. The animation is called A Door Knock. A Door Knock. Move to position. We're going to go ahead and have him run because this is urgent. I want him to hurry up and get there. All right. Now, for the next script, go ahead and leave this blank. We'll come back to this. Okay. Under flags, no interruptions, and I'm going to loop in post idle. I don't have anything in post idle, but I think that's default anyway. Okay. So we're going to name it. We're going to tell it which actor we want to use. The action animation is called A Door Knock. We're going to run to this position, and then we'll come back and fill this in here in a second. So leave that blank for now. Click apply. All right. Now we're going to put another scripted sequence where we want him to move to after he runs and does his door knock. Okay. So he's going to run from, where is he? Right here. So he's going to run over here, bang on the door, and then after he's done with that animation, he's going to come over here and assume an idle where he's going to be standing there waiting. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So this one is called Animation Metro Police 1B. So this is my second animation, so I put a B at the end. If I did a third, I would put a C, D, whatever. Okay, the target NPC, this is the name of the actor. The action animation is called Pistol Idle 2. So this is him standing there with his pistol out and he's just kind of looking around. Loop action animation, yes. So this action right here is going to loop. So he's going to stand there and just look side to side, menacingly even. Okay. Move to position is walk. I decided not to make him run because it's a very short distance. So I just had him walk a couple steps. And then you'll notice next script is blank. I don't have anything else for this guy to do. All right. Under the flags, no interruptions. Everything's fine. Go ahead and hit apply. Now we're going to go back to the first animation because I've got the second one. So now I'm going to go back to the first one. And where it says next script, you're going to put in the name of the second animation. So what that tells him to do is this dude is going to run over here. He's going to perform this animation. So he's going to bang on the door. Once he's done with that animation, this thing right here tells him, all right, here's your next thing I want you to do. So the next script is going to be Animation Metro Police 1B. So he's going to walk over here and he's going to go do his next animation. All right. Now, to get the whole thing working, we're going to go to our entity tool. You're going to come over here, type in Logic Auto. That's this thing. Go ahead and drop it on the ground. Open it up. We're going to give it a single output here. On map spawn, Animation Metro Police 1. So this is my first animation, begin sequence. Okay, so when the map spawns, this Animation Metro Police 1, that's this one right here, He's going to begin sequence. When he's done with this one automatically sends him to this one. So all we have to do is start that first sequence, and the guy's going to run over here. He's going to bang on the door. He's going to finish his animation. He's going to run over here, and he's going to get stuck into that the animation idle, the action idle. So he's going to stand there and just loop his animation over and over until we cancel it. Click apply. All right, so we've got our guy, our first animation, our second animation. We've got 2 AI relationships, so he doesn't kill anybody while he's doing this. And then we've got our logic auto that starts the whole thing. Let's go ahead and run it and test it. And I've already got it running, so I'm going to pop down here and reload the map. Okay, so here he goes. He ran. He's banging on the door. Animation's done. And then he's going to go to the second one. And now he's in a loop. So if we stand here and watch him, he's stuck in an animation loop. And he's just going to keep looking side to side. Perfect. All right, so check the assignment to see what I want you to do. We're going to duplicate this for the assignment, and then I'm going to have you do one additional NPC sequence for me.